السلام عليكم. تجربة رقم 6. We will cover a new component, which is the BJT component. So in this short tutorial, I'll cover with you how to connect BJT in the circuit. 1. 2. How to name the BJT as it is given in the pre-lab. 3. How to obtain the values for voltages and currents. So for the start, I'll edit the values to any values for the resistors and the voltage sources, because this is just an example, it is not the actual circuit in your pre-lab. After adding the values on the circuit, I go to component and then I'll type NPN to obtain the NPN BJT, and it looks like this. From what I can see, I need to modify my circuit a bit, so I'll go to the drag shortcut, drag my circuit, use it again to drag the other half of my circuit. Even if we have a problem, we could just do it this way. And there's our circuit. Now, the BJTs that we are going to use is 3904. So I'll just go to the BJT, right click on it, I'll get the bipolar transistor attribute or properties window. I'll pick a new transistor, and from it I'll choose the second one, which is 2N3904. So here I have my circuit with the BJT that I need to use. I'll just use .ob because I need the values of the voltages and currents in the circuit. So .ob, then OK. You will run your circuit, you will get the values, but for this time you will notice that the value for the currents is divided to IC, IP, IE, which are the terminals of your BJT. So IC is the current in the collector terminal, IE is the current in the emitter terminal, and finally IP is the current in the base terminal. Let me change the value of V2 to get some values for our currents. So here we have values. You can just draw a wire here, and another wire for the base over here, and then name them. This is C. I'll name them in a minute. This is B for the base, and this is E for the emitter. Now we'll run our circuit again. For the voltages, just double click on the wires that you draw. So this is the value for VC, this is the value for VE, and this is the value for VP. For the currents, what you will have to do is the following. Please follow and add it to your pre-lab report. You will open the text and paste your result here. So we need our result. Run again. This is our result. We just need the currents. So copy the currents value. Again, the copy will be from the keyboard, not from the mouse. So Control C, then text, paste, and here is our values. We paste them here. Okay, if you want to add the values as required in the pre-lab in millimeter and micrometer, so the better thing is choose copy the circuit over here, and what you will do now is running the circuit. After running the circuit, go to the values that you have for the voltages, right click on them, and from the list that you will have, choose the currents for the emitter base collector. So this is BJT with the name Q2. So I chose C, so I need IC. So IC Q2. طبعا Q2 and Q1 are the same, so it doesn't matter. This is the current in the collector, the current in the base. We're going to do the same thing, erase the dollar sign, IBQ2. Finally, IE. For the IE, it will give you a negative value, which is not correct, so it's better to use the current for the resistor itself. So the resistor is IR5, so IR5 over here, and don't forget to remove the dollar sign. See? Okay, didn't remove it. Here and okay. So here you have the values of the currents in milli and microampere. Another thing to note, let me zoom in. Remember that for resistor that are placed horizontally in the circuit, you need to do what? You need to rotate the resistor and you need to flip it. So rotate the resistor, then mirror it. For the rotate, it's Control R or using the shortcut rotate, and for the mirror, it's beside it. This is the mirror. So horizontal resistors has to be rotated once and mirrored once. If you want to change the BJT from the NPN type to the PMP type, you will have to do what? You will have to first, let us remove the BJT. Again, this is an example, it's not your actual circuit, so make sure to know which terminal is connected to it. If you want the PMP, just type in the component window PMP, and before placing it, you have to rotate it twice and then mirror it. So I rotated it twice, then I mirrored it, and then I can now connect it to the circuit. For the PMP, again, we will go to the property window, right click on the component, pick a new component, and for PMP we will choose 2N3906. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. Now what we will have to do is renaming the terminal. Now the emitter of PMP has become the collector, and the collector has become the emitter. So right click on the collector, name it E, and name the emitter C. Same thing for the copied circuit. The C will become the emitter in PMP, and the E will become the collector in PMP. You will just have now to run the circuit to get the results, since we already notated or annotated the emitter base collector voltage and emitter base collector current. This pre-lab is easy, so make sure to do your best.